Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and I'll follow you right back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show. We'll be talking about the Jets. We'll be talking about free agency. We'll be talking about other stuff going around the NFL as well. Please call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, breaking news. I have come to talk to you folks today about Baker Mayfield requesting a trade from the Cleveland Browns. Whoa, this situation has really blown up and it's spiraling. Now, keep in mind, this is, we're going real time here. This is a fluid situation, so there may be more and more things coming out, but this is what is going on as of right now. All right, now listen, dial it back. The Browns were just informed, on Thursday that, hey, look, you're out of the running for Deshaun Watson. Boom, that's a big hit for them because they were one of the teams that was all in. It was, them, it was the Browns, the Saints, the Panthers, the Falcons. They were the teams that really were pursuing Deshaun Watson. They were just notified, hey, listen, you guys are out of the running. We're going to keep it moving. Now, for the Browns, this is a big hit because they have issues already because they got Baker Mayfield on their roster. And once Baker Mayfield found out that they were trying to acquire Deshaun Watson, things just started spiraling, okay? We all know, Baker can get in his feels. It's been very well documented, that he can get in his feels, and we'll get into that in a second. But the second that Baker Mayfield, found out that they were going after Deshaun Watson, Baker, went on Twitter and basically wrote a goodbye letter to the Cleveland fan base. That's kind of how the whole situation read out. And it started, hey, this is where my heart and my head is, all right? And then he went on to talk about all kind of things, from the fan base and all that stuff. And it basically, again, just read out like, I'm walking away, goodbye, kind of thing. Which, kind of made no sense because, again, the Browns hadn't moved on from him. There was and there still hasn't been an official anything coming out about Deshaun Watson, where he's going to go. This is before the Browns found out they weren't in the running anymore. So you almost kind of got to look into Baker Mayfield's brain as if he was already ready to check out and be gone no matter what. All right. Now, Baker was ripped for that, okay? There were various people that ripped him, via media and also social media. Steve Smith himself said some things too. He said the difference between Baker and I is the fact that I am a Triple Crown winner, and I led the league in something besides crying, okay? Then you had Chris Mortensen come out, and Chris Mortensen came out with a report saying, per source very close to the Browns situation, that the Cleveland Browns were looking to break up with Baker Mayfield because they needed and they want an adult in the QB position. Now that hit hard because, again, we all know that Baker has a tendency to come out and say things, publicly via the media, whether he's talked about other stuff as well, when it's just like, bro, you should not be doing or saying those things. Like, just, be quiet and go on about your day. Baker's very, he very verbose, and he's going to say whatever he wants to say. He's going to say whatever is on his mind. And that has been, an issue there. And there's been issues with him in the past as well, static with players on the team. There was a lot of reports that there were issues between him and OBJ when OBJ was there. Now, OBJ left the Browns, went to the Rams, and you won't find anybody on the Rams that has a negative word to say about OBJ. Everybody loves him over there. But when he was with the Browns, there was just static between, according to reports, static between him and Baker Mayfield. Now, that's not the only person that's had a problem with Baker within the Cleveland Browns franchise. There's a lot of reports saying, hey, there's static between him and Kevin Stefanski. There was static between him and various other people. There's so many reports out there talking about how much of a pain Baker Mayfield is to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So now we roll forward today. Baker Mayfield, now that the Cleveland Browns are out of the running for Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield comes out publicly and requests a trade. He's now requesting a trade officially from the Cleveland Browns. And he spoke a little bit about, he had a public comments where he said, listen, basically that the relationship is too broken for them to mend. And he's ready to move on. Now, according to another report as well that came out, a source very close to the situation says, hey, the Browns have come out and told Baker Mayfield, we are not going to accommodate your request. And that's another shocking turn as well, because what exactly do the Browns plan to do with Baker Mayfield? Because look, we all know that Baker, again, can be a pain. He said a lot of things publicly that a lot of people are just like, bro, you don't need to say those things. Like, just keep your mouth shut and go on about your business. If Baker has gone this far to publicly put out the goodbye letter, publicly come out, and request a trade as well, and let everybody know that he wants to do that too, dude, I could see this situation playing out really bad for the Browns, where Baker just turns this whole situation into something way bigger. And it'll really cause a lot of issues. It could just cause a cyclone around there of problems, where he'll just start mouthing off and causing more issue after more issue after more issue. If I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to accommodate that, and I'm going to try to find somewhere to send this guy as quickly as possible and get him away, especially with all the stuff that he's done already, right? Now, the big question becomes, where can you send Baker Mayfield to? Where can you send him? What team is going to be willing to deal you capital, draft picks, solid stuff for him? Because again, he's on his 5th-year option. That's one thing. So whoever gets him is going to have to look to pay him very soon. Then on top of that, he's coming off of a not so great year, and then he's got that shoulder injury. It's on his non-throwing shoulder, but he had that shoulder injury. You got to wonder, okay, can he stay healthy here? What can he give us in the 5th-year option? And then, what kind of production is he going to give us? Because again, last year, very up and down for him. He wasn't that good. Then another question becomes is, what team is going to trade for a guy that's going to come in and has the history that he has of just yapping and being a pain in the rear? Who's going to do that? Who's going to give you capital for a guy that is known for being a pain in the rear where he's been at? He's been in Cleveland. They drafted him, and this guy has been, again, the report, hey, the Cleveland Browns are looking to break up with him because they need an adult. This guy has a mouth. He runs it all the time. Any kind of criticism that he gets, he's going to respond immediately by yibbity yapping. He'll put stuff out there that don't need to be put out there. I'm wondering what team, the Cleveland Browns are going to be willing to deal him to that might want to deal with something like that. So that kind of shrinks the Browns' options there as well, because a lot of teams are going to look at him, his history, all the things that he said, and be like, I don't want that guy around. Then you got the 5th-year option. Then you got to question his talent. I don't know what the Browns are going to end up getting for him, but they've got to move on from him, because I really feel like if they try to push it to make him play, he's going to try to find some way to sit out, or he's going to do something to even diminish his trade value even more. That's another thing as well. A lot of teams could sit back and say, well, he's a malcontent. He don't want to play for y'all. I don't have to offer you a darn thing. I'll just sit back and wait. That's what some teams were going to do if they're even interested in him. So this situation is crazy. It's continuing to spin up. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. This is nuts. Salutes to everybody. I can't wait to go back and forth to you folks in the comment. You folks have a good one. Peace.